Hello friends, I am Vikram from Ezeon Technologies. Welcome to my project work series based on Spring Data JPA module. In this video, I am going to talk about adding new course for specific institute, because every institute can offer their own set of courses and we can create a new course here for the institute and we can define the fee for that particular course, right? And at the bottom side we'll list all the registered courses for the institute. So like this. So this is what we will learn. This video will also cover the join queries using JPA, and we'll understand the new way to handle the projection. So let's dive into the code. So this is my link for this new course. I have added the link here in the initial video and I will follow this. So let's go to this. I'm going to create a new controller here. This is my course controller, and here I need to mark here this is controller. Now I'm going to add a method here, public string, and this is actually a form. It will display a form, and here I'm going to map this. It is a get mapping. This is your courses. Let me call this courses. All the courses will be displayed in the form, and the same form will have my the same page will have my form and listing. Okay, now I'm going to return here a page. This is /courses, and this is actually my HTML page. It's a theme leaf template, and here I'm going to add a model so that I can bind the properties for my form. This is my model, and here model dot add. Actually I'm using a command, so this is command, and this command is nothing but my course domain class. It's an entity class I can reuse here as my command class. So this command is mapped with the form properties. So this is actually my inbuilt class, entity class. This is entity class, and we have properties here for mapping with the form. This is name and fee and institute has the ID. So the properties we required here for the form are all present in the course. Now I can use this in my page. Let's go to the page. Do we have this courses HTML here? No, I don't have this. So what I can do, I can create a page here, HTML page, courses, and here I'm going to copy paste my form, as I'm not wasting my time in designing all these HTML stuff. So I'm going to copy paste this HTML and I will show you what we have written here. Just for now, because in the first example I'm not going to discuss the listing part, so I'm going to delete this. I will focus on the form, then we will talk about the list. So here I'm going to write to do, and this is your listing part. Okay, fine. So this is my form. When you submit the form, I have bind one action here, which is save course. We will create this. It is not present right now. Okay, and this is important. My command is the object here. I can use to bind the fields here in the page. So this is the CMD. I'm binding from the controller here. This is CMD. I have bind here, and now I can access the properties. This is list. This is your combo box actually. So this is the command is nothing but a course. Course has institute has ID, and these are the list of institutes. Actually, when you look at my form, this is a combo box, so I need to prepare this combo box. So for that I need to bind the institute list, and then I can get the name and ID in the combo box. So this is missing. I will add this, but the binding is correct. Binding is done through the command, but these are the options I have to fetch as the reference data in the form. Okay, and now let's come to this. We are binding here name property, correct, to take the course name from the user, and we are binding the fees. So you can enter the fees for that particular course. We are using this hidden field here, which is nothing but a course ID. This will be useful in case of editing the record, right? So let's talk about let me try to run this program and see what is the result. And I'm sure we will get some error here because we do not have this institute list right now. So we will quickly fetch here, but before that I would like to run. It's my courses. I can see this page. I'm not able to see here any institute because it is actually not loaded. So what best I can do, I can fetch the institute. So to fetch the institute, you can auto wire you can do the dependency injection for the course repository class. This is inquiry course, or what we have this. Just a minute, I will check quickly. We have the repository here, and we do not have this repository for course. So what I can do, either we can create, it's not a big deal, or you can copy from the previous example. So not a bad idea, I can create here. So this is my tool helping me to create the repository. I already discussed how to create repository in previous example. This course repository, and this is mapping. This is for entity course, and the primary key is long. Say JPA repository I'm using, correct. And this is my course. I need to import this. Perfect. I can import here. This is course repository. This is course repository. We also required here institute repository. I'm going to auto wire both the things @ auto wired, correct. We have done the auto wiring for both the things. Now I will show the list of institutes first in the combo box, as this is blank here. So we'll bind the values for this. For this I can use here just a method, public list of courses, list of institute, and then we can get the method here, get institute list. This method, you can do the annotation here. This is model attribute, and here you can give the name which will be accessible on the page to fetch all the list, to access the list. So let me call this, what I'm using here, I'm using here institute list. So I can bind this institute list. It's better to name the method correctly. Okay, and here I have to return here this institute. From the institute repository I can fetch find all the courses will be all the institutes will be bind with this name, and we can access from the view. Okay, I saved this. Now just refresh the page. You will get here all the registered institute, but we must observe the internal code generation of the Hibernate, and actually you see a lot of unnecessary queries executed to fetch the institute. So I will show you the problem. This is actually the thing you need to monitor and observe, so that you can optimize your Hibernate usage or the JPA usage in your project. Otherwise you will criticize this framework as it is doing so many things unnecessary. So look at this, we are fetching all the institutes here. It is also fetching the contact details, addresses associated with this. So it is executing so many queries. So it will fetch all the institutes, correct, but this will fetch their associated contact detail. It is doing a lot of join here. For every institute it is fetching the contact detail. So this is the problem. So we don't want to use like this. When you see the page, the results will be excellent, but when you look at the internals, it is doing the unnecessary operation. So we can optimize these things. I will show you that. From the institute repository we can fetch some limited fields. So I will show you how to fetch the limited value. Actually what you are using on the page, we are accessing only ID of the institute and name of the institute. Only these two properties we required. So for that we can customize the repository. I will go to this. This is my institute repository, and I will show you how we can fetch the limited values. We just want to use a method like this. We can access this. If you are accessing limited properties, you can bind like this. List of institute you are getting from this. I just want here, this is institute, and look at this. There is a provision to use this institute. This is my package. Use the full qualified package name. I will show you this. Use here new. You can create the projection like this. It's a new. I'm creating instance for a class repository dot institute, correct, and we don't require these many columns. We will fetch only limited columns. I will update that. Just a minute. This is select. Here I can create this instance here of this institute, and this institute here will pass the value in constructor. So the institute constructor must have two properties. Parameterized constructor I am adding here, which will take two values. I will add here quickly. This is new way, and sometime it is interesting. It is good when you have limited set of column you have been fetching from the query, but when you have so many columns you are fetching from the query, this is not a good idea. For that I discussed the projection interface in previous video. So that is a better choice when you have more number of columns, but for limited 1 2 3 4 columns you can use this idea. So name and ID I required. So these two values I will fetch here. First argument will be ID, second will be name. So what I can do here institute as I, so I can get here I dot institute ID comma I dot name of the institute, right? So these two arguments will be passed here in this institute object, and that will be written by this method. I need to change this get institute list, and this is with some limited values. I can change this get institute this is what you can do. It is going to provide the list of institute with limited values. So institute custom C, and this is list, correct. So you can give any name you required. So I'm going to use this method. This will be, I think, a better choice for me. So this is my controller, and instead of find all, I'm going to comment this just to understand that this is the expensive method call. So this is a better idea. And now I'm going to clean up this console. I'm again telling you, Hibernate is not the problem, JPA is not the problem, but you need to observe and understand the way it is working. What is the error here? We are getting some error, unable to locate class. What's wrong? I have imported from the wrong package. I understand. It is not this repository, it is a domain. Okay, it's very intelligent. During the reload, it is identifying the issues. So now there is no problem. I'm going to clean up this, and I'm going to refresh this page and look at the change. This is actually the intelligent thing. Now you can see only one query is generated here. So we are fetching here ID. This is ID, institute ID, then institute name. So this is the right way to use the technology. Otherwise, it is going to do a lot of unnecessary things behind. And also I'm doing bit customization here, but I cannot say this is a complex code I am writing here. I just have done a simple query, and I'm sure any developer who is in the field is great in writing the SQL or the JPA queries. So I don't think that is complicated. However, this is a JPQL I am writing here, Java Persistent API Query Language, JPQL. But this is simple, much more similar to the normal SQL, right? But the great thing you can observe here, we are fetching only limited things. Now I will show you the generated code. We have got the we have got the ID of the institute, and we have got name of institute here properly. This is what we required. Now it's time to talk about the save operation. So here I'm going to take the name and fees, and we need to submit the form, and for that we require here one more mapping. I'm going to copy paste this. You can use get, post, whatever you like. See, I'm using here get, so get mapping same, and this is save course. This is save course I'm using. This is save, and we will get here data model attribute, and this is my course. I will get all the data in this object. The front controller is responsible to bind here, and here we just need to call this repository, course repository dot save. This will do the save operation. This will save the course, and it will be added in your database table. And now after save, I'm going to redirect to the again same page. So this will be called here to display the page. Form will be displayed again after save. So this is not actually the HTML here, it is actually your Spring action. Right now I will show you. I'm going to add one course here. This is, for example, my course is let me call this Spring Boot is my course. I'm adding here Spring Boot new course. Okay, and this is the fee structures. Suppose this is 60,000, and now save this. Okay, we have saved. Can you see the data inserted in table? I'll show you that just a minute. It has generated the query here. Look at this. It has generated the this is listing. Okay, this is actually the insert query generated for my case, and we can see the entry and database. Also the workbench. I'm using MySQL Workbench. It is a very good tool and professional tool to explore the database. Just a minute. Let me close all, and I'll show you the courses. I have added this course here, Spring Boot new, and this is fee, and this is for the institute 4. It has added the foreign key, right? It is a reference of the institute table. Okay, it has added here because this object has the details. Just a minute. This course which is submitted here has the detail of this parent object, which is a institute, right? So this is how we can see. Similarly, I'm going to display the list of the available courses. So for that, I'm going to add here one more thing, which is a course list. It's a course list. I can call this course list, and this will return here courses. Okay, this will be the courses. This is not a good idea in fact. So when you are accessing like this, it is a complex thing, but let's try what we are getting here. So this is a repository we need to change. This is course repository, and course repository dot, this is say find all. We are getting all the values, and we can display here the below in this to do area. So I'm going to copy that. So table I'm going to add here, right? I have added this. It is going to fetch the course, and course has these details. This is course ID, name, fee. These three values we can get from the course table, and the institute name is not part of the course table. So this is not the right way to use. I will show you how to use this. Let me call this course has institute, and institute has name. So course has institute, and institute has name. I'll show you that. This is my course entity. It's my course, and course has institute, institute has name, right? This will work. Refresh the page, and we can see here all the items. So this is from the binding, this is course list, and we can see all the courses properly along with their fees and the associated institute, right? But still there is a challenge. I will show you the problem here. It is again doing the same thing. Just refresh this. Okay, I will show you the problem. Just forget about this institute, because this is done. Institute we are not talking because the page is loaded here. Here we can see some challenges. It is fetching the course, then associated institute along with their contact details, addresses, right? This is the problem. So for every course, it is fetching the associated institute detail just to fetch one single property name of the institute, right? I'm not fetching the address, phone number, email, but still it is fetching all these details, which is unnecessary. We are loading from the table. So what we can do, we can just customize these queries, and I'm sure it is not a bad idea to customize things. I'll show you. This course repository, and here you can just add one simple query, just a method. This is public, and the method is, you can give any name. This is, let me call this list. It will return list of either you can define a projection interface, or you can fetch the data in the form of map. Every row can be one map. So this is how we can do. Map of string will be the column name will be string, and the data of type object. Let me call this get courses. This is a method, and this will give, just a moment, every row will be a map. So this is a different kind of projection I'm using here, and here you need to set your query, and set the query, select, just a minute, double quote, select, then from and I'm going to fetch the data from the table course, and let me alias this course as C. And what are the details we required on page? ID, name of the course, fees, and institute name. So this is course dot course ID, course dot name, course dot fees, and this is course dot institute dot name of the institute. Okay, this is how we can work. And now can we see here something on page? Run this. We need to generate this method call. We forget to add this. Instead of this course list, not this, let's remove this. I'm going to comment this line. It's not a good idea. Instead of this, use this get courses. It will return not course this time. This time it is returning here map. This is your map, and this map of the string type column name, and object is a value of the column. Try this. Can we see something here? Okay, we have got the error, not the problem. We have got some error. Okay, the field property of field course ID not found, cannot find a property. Okay, so what is the problem? Why we are not able to get this? I will show you. Can we just check? Just a minute, I'll show you what is the problem. Just a moment, just for testing. I'm adding here this, and I will return here. This is course repository dot get courses. Method name is just course list. This is temporary method I'm using, and I'm going to do the mapping, and I just want to see the result on the page. This is temporary courses, and I'm going to add here response body. I will show you the problem. Okay, we are getting error. It is a server side error, some parsing. Okay, it is a tuple converter is creating the problem. There is a problem with the tuple conversion. Okay, I understand the issue. Okay, just a minute. You should alias here as course ID, and this is one important thing we need to do here, name, and this institute name as, let me call this institute name, because I cannot use this I cannot use here name because I given the name for course. So institute name, and this is the property we can fetch now. Just a minute. First course as C, institute name C dot name, correct. What is wrong? Institute name. Okay, let me show you first here. Can we get some more clue of this error on console? It's a better idea to check here. Clear the console and run this. We are getting some error. We'll resolve it, don't worry. Expression fees. Okay, what's wrong? Property fees for the fees. So what is the name of property? Course has fees, correct? That's what I'm using here. Oh, I skipped this, just a minute. Okay, now this is fine probably. Okay, correct. And I will show you the data actually, what kind of data it is returning. This is a temporary course I added here. I just want to see the JSON format of this data. You can observe this. This is fee, correct. This is one object. Let me show you the formatted way. I have one website here. This is JSON editor online. I'll paste the data here so that I can see the object in formatted way. Just skip the ad. See, it has fetched here these 6 objects. Every object has fee, institute name, name of the course, and the course ID, right? So this is actually the data. And look at this, it is a map structure. This is one map, this is another map, this is another map, and map has key and value. This is field name, the column name is your field, this column name is a key, and the value is your object, right? Key and value pair. This is first entry in the map, this is second entry for the map, this is third, and this is fourth. Actually this is one row, so every row can be represented by one map, right? So I hope you understand the data structure. So this is very useful, and this is actually useful because we don't need to write here the projection interface in these cases. So you might remember my 3 different things I discussed in the projection. One, I have discussed in previous video, interface projection. Then today I discussed a different kind of this projection in the institute class. So new, you can create the object of institute here and set the data for a specific column. This is second way to do the projection. And third, I have used here for the map based projection. It's very useful. And now I will run this again, just a minute. This is my data I can see, and this is not actually doing a lot of select operation. It is only fetching the required data. I'll show you that. I refresh the page, and this is for loading the institute in the combo box, and here we are just getting the set of courses associated with their institute. So this for this entry, so only one query is executed. This is a better idea. So you have to understand the optimization, and I'm telling you, it is not at all complicated. It is a simple API. You are just writing the SQL, and you are not writing the implementation also. You are just writing the what I can say, it is just a declaration of the method. We are just creating the method inside the interface. We are not writing implementation. The framework has potential to supply the implementation for you. So that's why I recommend you. So don't fed up with the JPA and Hibernate API. These API has potential to boost your development. Also, this will help you in managing your code base, because when you have less code base, it is easy to manage. So during the maintenance phase also, this is going to save you a lot of time and money. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching. See you in next video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more updates. Bye bye.